Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and in this video, we're going to talk about this headline that was out there. This is April 23rd, 2022. Twitter bans ads that contradict science on climate change. And oh, imagine that, Twitter censoring. And this was covered by just about everybody, including this organization here that's already censored, so you can't say its name. Twitter bans climate change skeptic ads. This is by Cindy Harper, Reclaim the Net. And Twitter has updated its policies to ban ads that promote climate denial as part of an effort to fight climate change misinformation. Twitter believes that climate denialism shouldn't be monetized and that misrepresentative ads shouldn't detract from the important conversation about the climate crisis. Oh, okay. We recognize that misleading information about climate change can undermine efforts to protect the planet. Oh, so they ban um, ads that contradict the scientific consensus on climate change, and they're going to rely on information from the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change to determine which ads violate its policies. We are in good hands here. So, in recent years, online platforms have come under fire for allowing the spread of climate misinformation. They've responded by introducing climate change misinformation labels and information hubs where users can get accurate information about climate change. Yeah, accurate information about climate change. And where does Twitter say that accurate information comes from? Well, this is iTech Post, and another place that covered this story, and they say that Twitter's partners in sustainability are we already know, but the United Nations right here, Earth Day Network. I don't know what that is. The more UN, Greenpeace, who I haven't contacted Greenpeace in a long time. I have contacted them on and off throughout the years, and guess what? Never once has Greenpeace or the United Nations or, well, Al Gore, just to let you know that he's not interested in solutions and go away. No one has responded to or said, oh my God, let's get on the solutions the world needs, because had any environmental voice allowed the solutions the world needs since November of 93, when the environmental educator started in Vail, we would have ended global environmental illiteracy, ended our disposable society from homes to fast food to stadium concessions to packaging and transportation packaging, working to reduce by reusing. Okay, we wouldn't recycling, we wouldn't even be talking recycling. Gaining individual cooperation is essential because our environmental problems are the direct result of every individual's irresponsible daily habits. And it seems minimal, right? What does my plastic straw matter? What does my disposable cup matter? I mean, look at Al Gore's home. I mean, they have a point there, right? Because when you don't have leadership by example, and Al Gore has an electric bill that is years of my electric bill. Okay, people are like, oh, how does my little stuff matter? Because our problems are the direct result of each individual's irresponsible actions. And yes, you know what? By maybe almost 8 billion people on the planet right now. Yeah, it's little. But you know what? When everybody cleans up its little, we suddenly don't have the problem. Well, we still have to clean up the huge mess that we've made for ourselves, but what you do is you stop the bleeding at this point. And had we done this years ago, we'd already we wouldn't be talking the environment anymore. Okay, the environmental educator would have solved our problems. And hemp, okay, we definitely need that. But although now these are the respectable people, the UN, Greenpeace, A Voice for the Planet. I don't know who that is. Let me read. World Wildlife 350. Now 350. They are so opposed to solutions. They have blocked my phone number. That's a video I did where, the last message I left them, and then they blocked it after that. If I call them, I just get put through to a busy tone. I'm not allowed to comment on their Facebook page. I don't even think I can see their Facebook page anymore. Okay, you know why people block you? Because you have truth to say that they don't like. And 350 has been refusing solutions since the day they opened, just like Climate Reality Project, because it's run by Gore. And Gore had been refusing solutions for long before he started this fraudulent organization where they just rob people of their donation dollars every year and go out there and, talk a good talk. But while no press will tell you, they're all frauds, and that includes Project Veritas. I have a number of videos about that. On June 25th, 2022, it will be 3 years that Project Veritas has given all of these people a pass, and we still have to listen to them, and we have to be censored on Twitter, and we have tyranny coming to your living rooms that is going to make the medical tyranny we all just experienced, with maybe more to come, look pale in comparison. Okay, and even though Project Veritas, their head media guy says, we have to save our country from this tyranny. Not when it's about the environment. Okay, but this is who Twitter is going to let go out there and talk. My God, Bill McKibben, of course, Fridays for Futures, that has to be something related to Greta, who won't allow solutions. And others who, guess what, won't allow solutions. These people that I haven't contacted here, if I did, I would get the same non-reply from them. What do you mean? And oh my God, even if they were interested in solutions, would they allow solutions? To what? Then expose Al Gore, expose Bill McKibben, expose Greta, expose the United Nations? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. So you just throw the solutions the world needs out the window. Okay? And yeah, here's the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. It's the United Nations body for assessing the science related to climate change. Every one of their reports is it's oh my God, we need solutions now. And yet, right here, here's an email that I just sent out to Brian Eno, who's going to get musicians to do what every environmental voice has proven themselves completely incapable of for 4 or 5 decades now. Brian started his Earth Percent, so and they're gonna do it. Like, he's gonna make it happen. Like, oh, okay, not if you don't get on board the environmental education and agenda. And who's on here? Oh, the United Nations. Yep, the United Nations General Information. Oh, the Executive Office of the United Nations Environment. Okay, these people have been North America Environment, United Nations. These people have been on my distribution forever. I think I have emails in the 95 that I sent to the United Nations, like, hey, these are the solutions the world needs. And yeah, never once have they cared. But now they're going to be the people, along with, other fraudulent environmental voices, deciding what information doesn't get put into the public train of thought. No one can see anything other than what we tell them to see. And that's of course what you would expect out of Twitter, I guess. And here's Twitter's blog. It seems to be put out by Sean Boyle, the director of sustainability, and Casey Junod, global sustainability manager. And so they put this out on Earth Day because oh my God, it's so important. They're accelerating their climate commitments on Earth Day. Twitter is. And because now more than ever, meaningful client action from all of us is critical. So on Earth Day 2022, they're sharing more about their work to serve the climate conversation happening across Twitter, plus their own sustainability commitments, where they just talk about clean energy and nothing else, because that's all that all the people that don't have solutions talk about. So right here, to better serve Twitter conversations, misleading advertisements on Twitter that contradict the science consensus on climate change are prohibited in, in line with our inappropriate content policy. We believe that climate denialism shouldn't be monetized on Twitter and that misrepresented ads shouldn't detract from important conversations about the climate crisis. Oh, okay. This approach is informed by authoritative sources. Okay, like the UN that won't allow solutions. You know, yeah, okay. Right here, this ABC News article, it says that there was no indication that the change would affect what users post on the social media site, which means that, oh, maybe Twitter will allow you to deny climate change, okay? But which along with Facebook has been targeted by groups seeking to promote misleading claims about climate change. So, the pat crazy left to the communists, as all communists do, only want one set of information out there. Now, am I about the climate denial information? I don't I myself don't really know if climate change is real. I know in my education week I said, yeah, it is real. In part because how can it not be? Okay, if and this even climate deniers don't deny this science that greenhouse gases trap Earth's heat. The sun's rays. And we just keep putting more and more of them into the atmosphere. Okay, how would that not be retaining more heat? You have to believe that it would be. Now, the thing about, the climate deniers is they all are just, global warming is not real, and they just don't like the hype of all of the climate voices that it's just going to be catastrophic. It just no matter what, it's going to be catastrophic. It's all the predictions they've already made haven't even come true. So it's all disinformation out there. Let me tell you. Right here. This is Gore's office. He's the biggest climate misinformation. Okay. The White House, Barack, the NRDC, anybody that is out there pretending, 350 climate reality, they just Greta out there pretending that they care for solutions to ski industry, not protecting our winters. They're all disinformation. Just the fact that they go out there and they pretend that they care about the planet. And if only there were solutions. Oh my God, we need solutions. We need them. We're screaming for them. And you put the solutions the world needs on their desk and they all, ignore you or just, send security after you or block you from commenting, calling them, block you from emailing them and block you from putting posts on their social media telling their audience the truth. And their audiences don't care. Right? They attack you just like Project Veritas's audience does. Oh yeah, like James O'Keefe wouldn't stand behind his words. No, he won't. Okay, but when people just want to worship somebody, then it's funny where they draw the line because uh, there's no substance. Oh yeah, we need climate solutions. Oh, you have solutions and glorious things. Then you're the bad person. Oh yeah, we should expose people. Yay, Project Veritas, we expose people. Yay. Oh, he won't expose this whole world agenda here. They won't expose it, even though they want to prevent tyranny. And you tell Project Veritas followers that they brutally attack you. So people just like their worshipers, but Twitter. I can't get ads put back to the 90s in Vale. They Vale Daily. They wouldn't allow me to put ads in the paper. Paid ads, like anybody else. Big Sky. Oh, they just laughed in my face. The communists there. They just thought it was so funny. Two papers were just hilarious, and everybody in town thought it was so hilarious too. Just one more slap to put you down because they're a town of 4 skiers and they can't be bothered to care. But could you put any truthful information in an ad about that, or anybody in the paper in a paid ad? Absolutely not. So this is really nothing new. Okay. Okay. Believe me, if I go and try to put ads on the Washington Post, hey, Al Gore's a fraud. Ads on Twitter, Al Gore, Bill McKibben, Greta, they're frauds, frauds, frauds. UN, they're frauds. No, no, that's not going to be allowed either. Yet that's truth. And I'm not a Twitter user. I'm not a social media person. I'm not. This isn't. This isn't my wheelhouse. Is that what people are calling it these days? But if I really got serious out there on Twitter, and if someone would, like Project Veritas, would expose this, and then I'd really have a following, and people would go, "Wow, maybe we should at least shut these people up and expose all these people." Then yeah, I'd be blocked on Twitter probably, but um, you know, Twitter's policy here. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change published a new and alarming report underscoring the urgency of the climate crisis. Immediate and deep emission reductions, they wrote, are necessary to turn the tide on global warming. Except the United Nations has been refusing the solutions that would have already solved this problem since the mid-90s, along with every other environmental organization. And so Twitter, doing what it loves to do most, censor. People around the world use Twitter to connect with others passionate about protecting the planet. And so last year they introduced a dedicated topic to help people find personalized conversations about climate change. But to support conversations around COP26, just a ridiculous event, they rolled out the pre-bunks. It's just ridiculousness. Why am I reading it? It's ridiculous. But to better serve these conversations, misleading advertisements on Twitter that contradict the science consensus on climate change are prohibited. Isn't everything that is actually that people on the other side say is true. No, my information is true, and all the information should be out there. I'm just in the middle where it doesn't even matter if climate change is real or not. Everything we do is just destructive. Okay, we are trashing this planet. 50% of our water is unusable to fish, drink, or swim in. Okay, our air is toxic, our waters are toxic. Everything we do is just trashing this planet. It doesn't matter about global warming, because if we clean up all of that, then we just stop the emissions anyways. And it's very easy to do. It's just no one will allow solutions. But Twitter, they're going to accelerate their sustainability, and they're laser focused on reducing their carbon footprint. They lowered emissions for a second straight year, even as the company grew. And they plan to be 100% carbon neutral. All they do is talk about emissions, carbon neutral, blah, 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 blah. They probably have disposable eateries inside of Twitter. I don't know. Or their workers, I guarantee their workers, when they go out and about like the rest of the population does, it's disposable everything. Just wherever you can get a disposable cup, the takeout container, and stop it, and everything is disposable. So they're leading irresponsible lives, but they're just talking about the one thing that everybody's talking about, which is just really energy use and emissions from energy. But yeah, right. Oh yeah, right down here. So, they list who their trusted partners are. Their trusted partners are nothing to be trusted with. They have let the world down. Their trusted partners have gotten us to this alleged crisis. Okay, according to them. According to the other side, no. And I'm in the middle going, yeah, we're trashing the planet. Could we just, take care of it? And so now who am I hitting up? Oh yeah, Brian Eno, right here. Earth Percent. Get this to Brian Eno. Brian, get this to Bono, Coldplay, and every other musician. You know, could they do any? Could they do good? Yeah, absolutely. They could use their voice. They could have this truth be known right now. I'm like, why don't we have reusable stadium sessions? Well, Vail wouldn't lead. The ski industry won't lead. Stadiums won't. I've called them. The last one, and this was years and years and years ago. You can't even get somebody, and oh God, it was just endless time. And the last one I talked to, the lady just absolutely laughed at me. She was like, no one would do that. No one would do that. We're not going to have reusable stadium sessions. Maybe someday we'll recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. You know what? You don't work to recycling when you can work to reduce by reusing, and that's the responsible option. But, Billie Jean King and the USTA wouldn't lead. Live Aid, that global concert that Gore had, on every continent except Antarctica. Bono and Coldplay won't lead. The Royals won't lead with their Wimbledon. But you know what? Musicians can. Musicians could get this known. They could get this out there. But will they? Well, we'll see. I'm not going to hold my breath waiting, but I will definitely be pleasantly surprised because we really do need to show the one livable planet that we know of some rest. It is the gold medal for livable planets. How about we start just giving it some respect? And you know what? Twitter and their more censorship and their partners aren't the people that should be leading the conversation. Stay tuned, people.